Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap morning leap session. Today is Wednesday, June 24th, 2015. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder and head moderator of Quantum Leap. Quantum Leap is a private group of retail traders. We've been around in one form or another, coming up on 6 years now. Each morning we come together to go through and look at our analysis and set up our trade levels and our targets and our hypothesis for the day. I start with a very basic routine, look at the macro and the micro in terms of the trend, and then I drill down into the structure of the market and the levels that we're looking at. Before I start, let's get the legals done. This information is for the purpose of educating members who want to expand the knowledge of the business of trading. It's not for trading or investment advice. You and only you are responsible for the trades or investment decisions you make. Trading futures or any instrument involves risk loss. Please consider carefully whether futures or options are appropriate to financial situation. Only risk capital should be used when trading futures or options. Investors could lose more than the initial investment. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in here are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence and your own trade plan and risk metrics. Okay, so let's just take a look at the news first. Obviously, George posted an article from Financial Juice saying that the Greece Prime Minister is rejecting the deal right now, seeing some weakness coming in overnight. We had final GDP quarter over quarter. It came out exactly as anticipated, minus 0.2. Final GDP price index came out slightly better at 0% versus minus 0.1. No other real big news. We got crude at 10:30, but I really think it's what's going to dominate today is going to be the news with Greece. Let's take a quick look at yesterday. Our main hypothesis yesterday was that we had a neutral day on Monday. Our main hypothesis yesterday was another probable rotational day with possibly a neutral day. Well, we definitely got a rotational day. I was looking for a rotational day with an upside bias towards that 2022, which was Monday's RTH high. We got up to 20 and a quarter, and then they sold it down all the way down to that 21.11 and a quarter. Now we have a very weak low at that 21.11 and a quarter with those 2 days RTH lows, Monday and Tuesday being 21.11. I didn't have a great day trading again, but I redeemed myself. I got long. My last trade of the day was I was long at 13 and a quarter, and I scaled one at 14, and then I let the other one run. I had to run out unexpectedly. I had missed a dental appointment, so I let it run, and then last night I closed it out at 17 and a quarter. So 2 tough days of trading. I had a red day on Monday and made it back on Tuesday, but I'm basically just above break even for the week. So hopefully today will be a better day. Levels I've already put out, but we'll go through them. But let's start with our regular routine. Start with the monthly. I do this every day just to give me an idea of where we are within the trends in the different time frames. So I start with a basic candlestick chart and a 9 EMA and a 20 SMA. All my moving average will be 9 EMA and 20 SMA on all charts. You can see we've got great slope, great separation. We are maintaining above the 9 EMA. Trend on the monthly is very much intact. On the weekly, again, we had some weakness coming in, but we popped back up last week, and so far this week we're able to hold above the 9 and the 20. We don't have a lot of separation, but we do have slope, and the trend is weak, but it's still intact. On the daily, though, is where we see where we've got consolidation, and there's this possible head and shoulder setting up on the daily, and I'll bring it up on another chart where I've drawn the fib extensions and where we could get the measured move down. But basically consolidation on the daily. Again, there is a naked cross on the daily down here at 2101.50. Mark that down on your journal. That is going to get closed at some point in time in the near future. Going down to the intraday to see if there's any trends coming into the RTH session. We've had a pretty strong uptrend all night, but you can see that we're starting to roll over. We're losing slope and we're losing separation, and we're now trading below the 9 and the 20 on the 4 hour. So we are seeing some weakness. Another beautiful tech gap, Mr. Sneaky FUBAR played out last night too. Keep an eye on this pattern. It's a great pattern. Going down to the 30-minute. We do have a start of a downward trend on the 30-minute coming into this overnight session. And we're sitting right around that 2111, 2112 area, and that's a key level for us this morning with that double bottom at 2111. And we've actually, I think we've gone and put in a, no, 2108 and a quarter is low for the Globex so far. And again, going down to the 5-minute, you see again, we're getting a start of a downward trend. Now, the interesting thing about this is I've been looking for naked crosses above us, and I really don't see any naked crosses above us, which means that we have no unfinished business in terms of that study. So taking a look at, I just want to show you what I'm looking at here in terms of this head and shoulder. This is on the daily. Here's your left shoulder. Here's your head at the all-time high, and here's your right shoulder, and we still have to come down. There's a couple different places you can draw the neckline, but Howard suggested I use this price right there, and you can see that 38.2 extension down is 2030. 550, 61.8 is 2019. 2019 is the prior naked microcomposite VPOC, which in the June contract is now flipped over to 2011 on the September contract. So that's an interesting number. And then the 100% measured move takes us all the way down to 1991.87. We'll see if it plays out, but it's something to just keep your eye on. So let's go take a look at the big picture on the composite. Again, just to bring reference, I'm watching this microcomposite right here. It runs from February through to today. The value area high and my key line in the sand for more price discovery down is at this 2108.50. Our low for the Globex tonight was 2108 and a quarter, so it held. We have a CLVN here at 2108.75. But if we get back inside of value, I'm looking for a bigger move down back towards this 2087.50, which is the microcomposite VPOC going back to the beginning of February there, and the most traded price from February till now. Right now, we're trading 2111 and a quarter, right at the 2 days microcomposite low, the Monday and Tuesday low, and we're just hovering right around there. Key level just above us, 2112. 25 going to be a trade level I'm going to be using. Above that, I'm looking to get long into that 1350. 1350 is the 4-day microcomposite VPOC with the 2-day microcomposite VPOC just above it at 2114.75. And then we've got that important level up there at 2116.50, which is where they tried to hold value before, and a key CHVN in this area. It's also just above the naked VPOC from yesterday, which is at 2116. Below 08, look for 0675 with the main target below down at 2103.75 for the day, and then the lower side of that balance is going to be a test of that 2100 again at the CLVN at 2100 and a quarter, and then anything. If we get back into the the 2000s, I'm thinking that we'll get the bigger move down here with targets at 95.50, 93.75, 91.75 with the big target down here at 87.50. Above, we've got clear levels. So let's go and pull up our overnight and start moving our levels over. All right, so we have an overnight low down at 21.08 and a quarter, and that's just below our key line in the sand. Our Globex high is up at 21.1850, and then our current Globex VPOC is 21.1150, just above this this 2-day low. And with this weakness coming down here, I'm anticipating my main hypothesis, if we break below this 21.11, and we got time to do it even before we get into the RTH session, I'm looking for a push down into this 21.0975 and a test of this overnight low and the key line in the sand. Below that, first target below has been shifted up to 675. But nothing else changes except for this no longer is going to be, I was using the 21.0150 as my main target below. It's shifted up to 21.0375, but 21.0150 is still a target. And I don't know, I've got to figure out how to fix this on my, for some reason, it's changing my default every day. Okay, and then all those numbers below, the 2100 and a quarter, 97 and a quarter, 95, let me get rid of this, 95.50, and then 91.50 with 89.50 being another support level. And we also got a naked close down there. And then FOMC number, 2084 and a quarter. And then we've got the 80, I've got to put 87.50 in here as well. All right. And then above us, we've got that 21.1250. Is it 50 or a quarter? It is a quarter. 21.12 and a quarter. I'm going to be using this 11 and a quarter as not a target, sorry. Trade area. And again, this is picking up my defaults. Actually, this is not a target, too. This is going to be a target and a trade area. Trade areas are areas where I'll add into trades as well as scale out. So if we break, and I'm going to use this as a slush zone, I'm not going to try to get into a trade, and I'm actually going to move this up slightly because I want to be above 13 before I get long into my first target above, which is the 14 and a quarter, with the naked VPOC up at 16 and the naked close at 1650. And then the value area high is right there at 17, but I'm going to use 17 and a quarter, yesterday's RTH open, with the overnight high just above at 08. And then above that, really don't have anything until we get up into that 20 and a quarter. First target above is going to be Monday's high at 22. And then everything above that is those unequalized highs, 24 and a quarter, 26.75, 32 and a quarter, 34, and then our measured moves above. We've been through this 100 times. If we get above that 22 area, I wouldn't even try to short this, because you're going to see a what I consider to be a short squeeze and a blow off top here. So my main hypothesis is we're showing weakness, and we're likely going to test this 11 and break it, go down, hit this 2109.75. At this point in time, I'm looking for possible responsive buyers stepping in. If they don't step in, I'm looking for a move down to test that value area low. Anything below 2108.50, I'm looking for further weakness down into the 2106.75, and my main target below that key line in the sand, which is 2103.75, possibly down to 2101.50, and testing that 2100 level, and then all those levels below us. If we hold and get back inside of value, then I'm looking for a move up into 14, 16, and 17, at which time I'd be looking for responsive sellers to step in between the 16 and the 17. If they don't step in, look for them to take out the overnight high, especially if they leave the overnight low alone and hold inside a range and inside of and get back inside of value, and then possibly go up and take the 2120. But I think we're going to see a bit of a move down first before we find some responsive buyers. It's going to be an interesting day trading. It's going to be I think, again, very rotational. It's going to be whippy, so we could get stuck in the lower wick today. From yesterday, we spent a lot of time in the upper wick, what I call getting stuck in the wick in a rotational day. I think we could auction out between that 08, 09 level all the way up into that 16 level, and just chop in this area as we've got a little bit of undetermined fair value. The first 2 days of this 4-day microcomposite VPOC is the MC VPOC is 2113 and a quarter. The 4-day is 1475, and then the 4-day is 1350, and the 2-day is up here at 1475. So they're having trouble determining fair value right here, but we are holding above the breakout above value. So we've got to assume we could get some price discovery. So don't get too short until we get below the 2108.50. Keep your risk tight today, because it's going to be, I think we're going to get some wide rotations. We've got gold at 1160, 1172. Remember, our main target down here was that 71.90. I'm going to do a download on this, but I'm going to wait until afterwards. I think I'm missing some data here. Key level right now below us, 61.70. If we get below that 61.70, look for them to come down, hit the 58.10 and this 46.50. The next big level on gold is all the way down here at 11.28, that balance that we were in last year. But we still are trading, near this 1200. This is the microcomposite or the composite VPOC going all the way to 2008. I don't think we get away from it just quite yet. We need to get back inside of value here at 1174.80. If we get above there, look for them to come back up into that 78, 79 area, possibly come back up into longer term balance around this 89, and then anything above 1192.50, don't even think about it. Get long into that 1200, because it's going to be a gift trade right there. Anyway, I'm losing my voice. I have my daughter's graduation today, so I'm only going to be trading until 11:30, and then I will have a hard stop, because I've got a lot to do to get prepared, and I've got guests coming over. That's going to complete today's morning session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.